I am greeting you not only as an individual, but I am greeting you as a special soul. As a shaman, I always pray and say, "Oh, higher spirits, let people who need help find my videos. Let people with open hearts find me. They need only a little help from the shamans. Then their powers will shine and they will be able to use their full potential." I pray like this all the time, and I know that if you watch this video now, it will mean that the spirits have called you, and you may need my help. Today, I will tell you about a specific kind of diagnostics, the Diagnostics of Lineage. Please watch the videos on my YouTube channel about lineage, family tree, ancestors, and how they're all connected with the power of lineage and the power of Kut. You can also listen to the lectures about the power of lineage. The most important thing we're talking about is the power of lineage transferred from generation to generation. The power, strength, energy, talents, and everything accumulated by the ancestors are being given over to the next generation, including their mistakes too. Maybe you feel like, I've got power, but I can't use it. What am I doing wrong? Since I was a child, I've had an understanding that something should happen. It should open up, light up, work out, and still nothing happens. Or maybe you see that there is a situation that repeats itself in your lineage over and over, like a disease, cancer. Imagine, God forbid, if your brothers, sisters, parents, and grandparents had it for a few generations. Or maybe you see that there are some generations of women who are divorced. Everyone gets divorced, and none of them live their life in a true, stable family environment. If you see this happening, it means that this is the situation of your entire lineage. This is a real problem, and it lasts for generations. It's also not just a problem. It's a power that you can feel, but you're unable to unlock it. It often happens too. The power of our lineage should be unlocked, and we must understand what prevents us from it and get rid of it. When a shaman does the diagnostics of your karma, they travel through the generations of your lineage. And guess who they meet? They meet your ancestors' souls. For example, I can find the soul who became the reason why these negative situations keep happening. Let me share an example with you. A woman came to me. She had a lot of court proceedings, and the last one was about to happen. She had almost lost the case, even though the truth was on her side. Someone set her up at work. She was blamed for something she hadn't done. She lost her job and reputation. She also lost money because she was trying to protect her reputation and seek justice. Now the court was against her. Can you believe this world? This is what happens sometimes. She spent everything and used the money she saved to buy an apartment for her daughter. She hoped that when her daughter married, she would have her own place and wouldn't have to take a loan. Then came the last proceeding. All money was already wasted, and only her reputation was at stake. She already had health problems because she couldn't sleep. She was nervous all the time. What happens at the karma diagnostics? I can see everything clearly. I can see that it's not just her who lost her money. It's also her father, grandmother, and great-grandmother. I won't go into details about these very different situations, but they're all connected. It seems like everything happened for a specific reason, like a war, the Russian Revolution, and the economy crisis. Every generation lost everything, and I can find the soul which was the start of it. 7 generations ago, our ancestor souls borrowed some money to solve some financial problems in the family, but it didn't work out. Of course, she didn't talk to shamans, so the money was lost. She had a debt. What did the family do? They escaped to another country. However, the debt was still there in the karma. It's an actual sin, as you can see. People who lent the money naturally felt very negative about it, so they cursed them, and every generation has been losing everything ever since. I am very grateful that this student, Galina, despite all the stress and pain she's been through, listened to the shaman and followed her advice. We had enough time to practice what was recommended. We performed the recommended ritual before the last proceeding, and you know what happened? She won the case, so her reputation was restored, but the money hasn't been returned yet. A month later, she calls me and says, "My daughter met someone. They're going to get married soon." I told her, "Well done. Let's do the ritual for the lucky destiny of this family." Right after the wedding, Galina called me the next day and said, "What is happening? We learned at the wedding that this young man and his parents are super rich. They call them oligarchs. They've got a beautiful mansion as their wedding present. Not just a house, a mansion." Then Galina and I did something tricky. We laughed, and we decided to calculate how much the mansion cost. We then calculated approximately how much money the 7 generations of her ancestors lost. And you know what we saw? Yes, that's exactly how much money has been returned to her. Everything has been lost for 7 generations. However, remember, we did the lineage diagnostics first. We found the problem. After that, it's up to the good student to be diligent. Listen carefully to the recommendations of the shaman and follow them. Maybe there will be a few recommendations or just one. You will have to do some things yourself, and the shaman will help you with other things too. Finally, you'll get the result. Everything that's lost will be returned. I truly love performing the diagnostics of lineage because my spiritual shamanic practice is focused on the power of lineage. I am so happy that the problems that make people suffer are centuries and generations old and finally resolve themselves. It's so great when we discover the lineage abilities and destiny with the help of diagnostics. It's so amazing to unlock it. I love it when I see it happening to people. I am so happy that you are watching this video now. I know it's not just a coincidence. I know that your pure soul has attracted this energy, and now you're getting this information, and I'm happy to help you. Make your choice. I'm happy to help. You've called me, and I've come to you. Let's work with your lineage.